Wasn't able to do one of these video blogs last week. Most of the reason was really because I didn't feel well and I didn't sound real well. It was really hard to talk. And the other side of that coin was that we had some real busy weather last week that I was kind of focused on for most of the time that I would spend putting one of these together. So let's take a little moment here this week on this video blog to talk about the weird hours that I work and why that's a little extra difficult when you don't feel well. And now please, don't hear this as, oh, Rob's complaining about how hard his job is. I'm absolutely not doing that. I love my job, I love my hours, I love what I do. There are just some weird little tiny pitfalls to working on morning TV. You see, if you've got a job where you work 9 to 5 in an office, you get a full night's sleep, you get up. If you don't feel well and you still go to work, and you shouldn't, by the way, stay home, keep your germs at home. But if you do, you can sit in your office or your cubicle and be quiet and, just kind of rest it out. You can drink some tea, you can take some cough medicine or whatever, and you're okay at work. I don't get the option to do that, right? Because I'm on TV talking for 4 minutes at a time all morning long. And it's really difficult if you have no voice or if your throat's scratchy, if you got a stuffy nose, and all those things. So everyone can see and hear when I don't feel well. And I apologize for the way I sounded for the past couple of weeks. Today is the first day, by the way, in like 2-3 weeks that I actually feel like myself again and that I actually sound like myself again. And one of the things, we all know this by now, rest is what your body needs when you're fighting off a cold. You just need extra sleep. Now, I've never been much of a sleeper anyway. Part of the reason that I like the hours that I like, and I've stayed here and stayed on these hours for all these years, is because I do like these hours and I don't really need all that much sleep. I'm normally a 4 or 5 hour night guy. 6 is a huge night's sleep for me. But when you're fighting a cold and your body just wants to shut it down, it's really hard sometimes, if you work the hours that I work, to just shut it down for a long period of time. It's not like I can wake up and say, oh, I don't feel good, I'm not coming in today. Who am I gonna call at 3:30, 3:45 in the morning that can make it there and be on the news at 5? Nobody. So if I'm gonna call in sick, it's gotta get done the day before. And even then, there's only a couple of us that do the weather here at the station. So it all depends on who's available to work. And there's usually not a lot of time for filling in. That's why it's so difficult to take days off sometimes. And again, I'm not complaining. I wouldn't trade for what I do for most other jobs. There's a handful that I would trade for, and maybe one of these video blogs will talk about what other jobs I would leave TV weather for, but I don't anticipate that happening anytime. And like I said, I've chosen to stay here all these years on these hours at the station because I get to do what I like to do, and I can do it at the hours that I like to do it, which gives me plenty of time in the afternoons to do other things. Like if Vince has got to get taken to the after-school activity, Dad can do it. If the dog needs to go to the vet, hey, I'm available in the afternoon to make that happen. If it's going to be delivery at the house, or if something's being replaced or something I can't fix and I got to call a repairman, I can be there to meet the repairman in the afternoons. If I need to take the car to get the oil changed, I don't have to try to squeeze it in during lunch break. I'm out of work at 12:30. I worked a full day by the time most people are breaking for lunch. And then I get the rest of my day to do other things. If I have to food shop, if I want to go to the gym, if I want to play a round of golf, most days I get to do that. And that's part of the reason I really like my hours and my job. There just are some things. 3:30 in the morning, the alarm goes off. It's awfully tough. Some days when you just want to roll over, you can't be late to TV news, right? We're on at 5 o'clock whether I'm ready or not. And there's only a handful of us here in the building at that time of day, but we're all working hard to put that show together, and we need that time. So every minute counts in the morning. And if you need more rest, or if you don't sound real well, it's tough. You got to do it. So that's my reason for no vlog last week. And I think what's going to happen is probably it's more realistic to do one of these maybe every couple of weeks. They won't all just be me here ranting like today is. Sometimes it'll be, the more polished video type ones. I got a couple ideas for ones coming up. I'm going to do a couple of behind the scenes ones and all that stuff. But for the time being, here's what we got.